You are back in studio Tahoe today. We have Kelly, I was going to say Jessica. Kelly, new president for the Tahoe Art League, as well as local artist of Burning Man. Jessica in studio joining us, talking all about art in the community. How exciting. So new president, tell us what you have on the docket for the Tahoe Art League moving forward as the new president.
It is really new, you guys, so I'm just kind of getting the ball rolling, but the whole idea is to make it fresh, new, and approachable. We're trying to get more younger people into the group and be more approachable into the community and reach out more into the community.
Tell me about the Tahoe Art League, in case our viewers don't understand what the Tahoe Art League is. In terms of nonprofit organization, you bring the arts together on display, showcase things, and plenty more in terms of workshops, you name it.
Yeah, it's a really old, actually, organization. Started in the 60s, and it was just really a group where artists can get together and talk about their artwork. Then it started growing out and becoming a nonprofit organization. From there, when you're a nonprofit, you reach out to the community. So there were scholarships that we started producing for the high school and for the community college. So now this organization is evolving even more, and since I've been president, which has just been a little while, mind you, but we're getting it going so it can be a little bit more fresh and reach out even more to the community.
That's super exciting, because from my understanding with the things that I've done with the Tahoe Art League, it has been very much focused on the idea of fine art, landscape, those type of elements, which are absolutely incredible and great, but in terms of myself, I'm a little bit more of a contemporary artist fan. So that's really exciting as you were introducing artists like Jessica. So tell me how this relationship started.
Oh, Jessica is a fellow metalsmith, and she's amazing. It's so cool to just meet another metalsmith, a female metalsmith who can weld. So when I met Jessica, I was like, oh yeah, girl power. And then I found out that Jessica was an honorarium recipient from Burning Man. Amazing. To receive a little bit of money so that she can produce a sculpture last year for Burning Man. So I'd love for her to talk about that sculpture.
Amazing, Jessica. Yes, please tell us how that all evolved, and then where you plan on going with your art.
Okay, well, yeah, I applied for a Burning Man art grant, and which was like totally my dream to make art for Burning Man, and I ended up getting it, and it was like I got it. I was like, oh my god. So yeah, I spent all summer just working. It was a ton of work. It was really intense, but
one of these sculptures that we're showing on the screen.
Yeah, that's me with my sculpture.
That's
I came
incredible.
out. Yeah, one night I came out. That's at Burning Man. One night I came out to like turn on or I was just checking on it, and there are these people taking pictures at it, but like with like really like a professional setup and like this light and stuff. And so this guy took that picture, and it's definitely like the coolest picture that I own of myself. I don't even own the picture; someone took it.
It's awesome.
But yeah. So yeah, that's a sculpture. It's kinetic with suspension springs from salvaged from old trucks. So those top pieces of it like wave around. And yeah, so it was just all summer working. It was really intense, and then I brought it to Burning Man, and it was really great. It all worked out. I was really just so grateful for everything working out. And then it ended up going to Canada for the Toronto Light Festival, which is where it currently is, hanging out in Canada. It got to get set up in like the extremes. I was setting it up in like the really like hot desert, and then in Canada it is super cold, like way colder than Tahoe. Tahoe is nothing compared to Canada. So that was a really great experience too, and really amazing just to like see it in these other places. That is extraordinary.
Now with your artistry, I should say, and then the Tahoe Art League, you're now a new member of the Tahoe Art League, correct?
Correct. And what we're really doing here is talking about our meeting tomorrow, which is going to really start things going. Because we have a general meeting every month, once a month, and it's open and free to the public, but not a whole lot of people know about it because it's kind of the same old. Not that that's wrong, but we're trying to expand it a little bit more. So I'm bringing in these new artists and younger artists and contemporary artists, and we have all kinds of interesting things slated for the future, such as maybe the art of tattoo, for example. But for tomorrow at the community college from 6 to 8, we're going to have 2 artists and 1 person that claimed the Tessie car. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yes, I've heard about that. Yes.
Yeah, and he'll be there talking about that. But they're going to talk about their journey, how they got there. And I don't know if you know Malcolm Tibbetts.
I don't.
Yeah, he was, I think he was the VP of operations over at Heavenly for years. And then when he retired, he got into his hobby. He was into it before, but he really got into it during his retirement. And so he's a wood turner, and he created this massive piece for Burning Man. Unfortunately, it was partly destroyed at Burning Man, and he was heartbroken. And so you'll get to see that journey about how that happened. But the light at the end of the tunnel, the phoenix rose from the ashes, and those 3 pieces that remain are in front of Tahoe Mountain Lab now.
Wow. Oh, those are those pieces. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us in studio. We've got Kim, Jessica, Tahoe Art League. Support our local artists and the new art coming in, growing bigger and better. Super excited. Appreciate it. Stay tuned. Weather's coming up next.